Hello, you beautiful, wonderful folk. Today I'm talking about 2046, aliens, spaceships, and the emissaries. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So I don't know if you happened to listen to the conversation I had with Sal, that really interesting guy. It was a fascinating conversation. And he channels by way of muscle testing, and he gets lots of information. So the information, very detailed information. The information that he has from a being called Charlie, okay, is that in, I think, March of 2046, lots of spaceships are going to come and they're going to take up the people who are ready to be taken up. The rest are going to be left here with some goodies who will stay behind to help them, and they get taken off to somewhere else. Yeah, so that's what he's been given by Charlie. So I wanted to get the emissaries' take on that. You know, what about that? What do they think? And so I said to them, so what do you think about, you know, this Charlie putting dates and things like that? They said, and they're very candid, and this is not taking away anything from what Sal says and what Charlie said. Not my business. But I just wanted to give you the take on the emissaries, because the emissaries have never, ever given dates. And that was the first thing they said. We would never enter into those kind of details. And the reason why they said that is that they said that information could very likely be true on the present timeline upon which we find ourselves. That's what they said. On this timeline, it's possible that is true. They said the issue is that between now and 2046, the timeline could change 1,000,000 times. Their words, they said 1,000,000 times. I don't know if that was a metaphor or whether that was real, but they said the timeline could change 1,000,000 times. And so, although right now you take a snapshot and you look along this timeline and you see the aliens coming and the ships and everything, they said that there's a very high chance that will change many times before we ever get there. And it's for that reason that they never ever do that. Plus they say that it's not their remit. And there are other beings who do have that job of doing that. But they say that that's not something that they would do, just because they'd be left with egg on their face. That's what they say. Yeah, that not their words, my words. They'd be left with egg on their face if they start prophesying. Okay? What they reminded me was that we are the ones that are creating the future. We, as a group, as a collective, we are creating the future. And so every time that we shift, the future shifts. It's as simple as that. Every time that our attitude shifts, the future, potential future, shifts. What they said was that the journey is open. The journey is open to many changes. The destination is not. So they said the only thing that we can talk about clearly and firmly is that the destination, which is return to source, return to God, that never changes. However, quite how we get there changes all of the time, depending on where we are. And I suppose that makes it fun, doesn't it? It makes it much more fun when you think, well, I don't know what's going to happen, although I do know what the end goal is. It's like anything. If you're in a race, cross-country race or motorbike scrambling race or whatever, you've got to get across the finish line, but you don't know what's going to happen in between. All kinds of things can happen. So then I asked them about aliens. So I said, well, do aliens exist? I mean, they're talking about on the news. Do aliens exist? And they said, yes, of course. Of course they do. But they said, we want to remind you again that aliens must never be linked with divinity, with God or gods, because they're not. They say the aliens are in exactly the same position as we are and they are, which is we are all parts of the divine. But we are not God. the aliens, although yes, you know, they might come in ships and take us all away and give us something really nice and you know, comb our hair in the night time before we go to bed. They're not gods. That's what they said. And that they're just like us and they're just part of the game in exactly the same way. So, there we are. However, let's be frank. Can I be frank? And you can be Judy. Aliens are a-coming. Not the aliens that Sal is referring to, I don't believe. Aliens are coming. The blue beam aliens, I believe, are coming. And you know, they keep pushing it, don't they? They keep pushing the narrative, don't they? That like, they won't leave it alone, will they? They won't leave it alone. It's like you would think that they didn't have anything else in their plan except to do these things that they're going to do. You know, like the change of the Cly mate. And that's all they've got. And they're going to push it. And it's like they're dragging a dead donkey along the street by a tail. And everyone's saying, that donkey is dead. And they're going, ee-aw, 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 isn't. Okay? It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for them. I really am. I'm embarrassed for them that I want to say to them, is that all that you've got? Is that all you can do? But you see, this plan's been made for a long time. And they've got the plan. And they're not particularly creative. Remember, we've said this. They're not creative people. We're the creative ones. That's why they use us to create the future. So what they do is we're the creators and they manipulate us so that our minds create what they want. Always done it. They've always done it that way. We are the ones. We are the creators. They are the stinky poo bottoms who don't have any creativity and who just keep doing the same stuff over and over again. Dirty, low-life, stinking, monkey bastards. That's what they are. And they remain so. So there you are. Aliens, yep, definitely out there. They're out there, but they're just the same as us. So let's not revere them. And the ones that are going to come and cause us some problems in the near future, don't even believe that they're aliens. Or they might be. They might just be really, really baddies. You know, they might be part of the baddies. Who knows? Anyway, I love you all. Isn't it fun? Isn't it exciting? This future that's just before us now. I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.